The first guitar solo of Fight Fire with Fire combines a lot of different elements, some of which are coming back from the Kill 'Em All album. So here's the first lick. Simple enough, right? It's just a gradual up bend starting on the 9th fret of the G, which is interesting. You're starting on an E and then bending it up gradually to an F sharp, releasing and pulling off into a D, down to a B. So that would seem like it's coming from a B minor pentatonic or B minor blues, but we're playing it in E minor instead, so kudos. So after that we hit a long string of pentatonic pull-offs. So this traverses that first 6/4 measure that plays over the E chord before it transitions to the A chord. But we're playing in B minor pentatonic. Go figure. So we're starting off on the 9th fret of the D. We're going up, we're going from there, and then we go 3 pull-offs in a row going up the G, B, and E strings. Okay, and then we come down. We stop at the, make a little pit stop at the G string, come back up to the B. Then we do a double on the G to the D. And then a double pull off on the D, where we cap it off with a slide, going into what would be the root in a B minor, but it's actually the 2 of the A chord once we hit that, which is very interesting. But don't worry about that. Theory doesn't really matter here. We're rolling along with a Kill 'Em All throwback, so let's check this out. Massive B minor pentatonic run going all the way up the scale and back to the middle again. A lot of these long pentatonic runs can be solved very easily. They can be resolved very easily by knowing when you go up the stairs and when you come back down the stairs. When you're going all the way up the stairs, then you come back down the stairs a little bit. It's almost like stock trading. The stair stepping analogy is very helpful when you're getting lost in these long, fast types of patterns. The next section has a series of stop and goes, so we're sliding into the 9th fret of the D like this, which would be the 5th of the E minor chord, sliding from the 4th to the 5th into the flat 7 of that E minor chord. And then we go all the way up to here as if we're in an F sharp minor pentatonic pattern, but we're not. And then we're going. So let's take a look at the notes here. So we have a slide from E to F sharp, which is 1 to 2, and then we come up to the A on the G string, so 14th fret, and that's the 4th. And then we're coming up here. That's the natural 6th of the E minor. So that indicates a Dorian function, and that's just to keep the patterns uniform. It keeps the patterns more consistent. See, we're sliding up a whole step, going up a minor 3rd. Sliding up a whole step, going up a minor 3rd. Sliding up a whole step, going up a minor 3rd. Like I said, theory doesn't really matter here. It's more about pattern recognition and having it make sense. And then we're picking up into this. So that whole long string is starting on D, going up to F sharp. So we're preparing to hit the A chord out of the E chord. So we're going from flat 7 to 9 to flat 3. Okay? And then we also have the 4th and the 5th scale degree. So that's pretty well in line with E minor here. And it's just a series of fast pull-offs. You can do this with all down picking. Down, 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 down. Down, 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 down. Right? And those last bends signify the transition into the A chord. Now the hard part about a lot of this solo is that you have that 6/4 measure in between, so you have to keep track of the beats that you're playing on as you're moving through it. So here's that slow. Now for this last part, I'll attempt to play it slowly, but it's really just meant to play really quickly with a lot of wah-wah on it. A lot of the notes become obscured as you kind of go into the lower strings, but I'll try to play it as accurately as possible slowly, so check it out. So this is going on the drop down from the A to the G to the F sharp, so we're thinking ourselves of being on top of an A chord. Because you have A, G, F sharp, and then we have, which is E, D, C sharp, so that's the major third and the fourth and all that good stuff. You have the flat 7 and the major third, so that's Mixolydian. And then we had a G sharp here. So that means you're going into A major, okay? Or the G sharp could be the major third of the original key of the E minor. So this could be a little bit of mode mixture in a lot of different ways. We can be either the major 7th of A major or the major third of E major, which is actually supposed to be E minor. So this is all speculation. And we have this. C sharp again, nothing crazy. G sharp again, nothing crazy. You know, he's starting to get boring. Kind of sounds like vanilla fudge. Now solo 2 is probably my favorite part of the song. It might be even one of my favorite parts of any Metallica song that exists. It's a two-part guitar harmony played by Kirk Hammett, and it follows that 4/4 to 6/4 time change absolutely perfectly. It almost reminds me of some kind of Italian folk music on steroids, mixed in with a polka beat behind it. So, very European of them. The first part starts over at the 19th fret of the high E string. And you're going down in thirds. So you're starting with the major third, major third, major third, and then coming up to the next note here, 15th fret. Alright, so we're starting this off not totally in the key of E minor. We're hitting the C sharp in there, so that's the natural 6 again. The natural 6 is the Dorian mode. I will say that this is not completely known by the members of the band, but it's heard by the members of the band. Very creative boys. Come up to the 15th fret, and then immediately we change to the flat 6. Resolving. You know, very gypsy-like, you know what I'm saying? Right? And then we have that resolution, which is over the A. So the A becomes an A minor. It's clearly an A minor here, because we got rid of the C sharp long ago. On the A, it's the first 5 scale degrees, and on the E, you're kind of messing around with the last 4 scale degrees before you get there. You're starting on B, C, C sharp, D, E, which is 5, flat 6, natural 6, flat 7 to the 1. Now you got to be careful on this last part, because there are some hammer-ons that are hidden in there. They're kind of hard to hear, but you're doing a quick 12 to 13, resolving back down to that A, and then we do this, coming up back to the B, and then we do this. Very odd way to end it, but it works very well in the song. It's not singable at all, but it's very reminiscent of the vibe we're going for. So we're coming up with a hammer-on to a pick, then we go which is actually kind of perfect for being on top of that F sharp chord, because F sharp is sort of no man's land in this case. So we're allowed to feel a little bit more of a diminished, unresolute type of vibe in order to get through here. That doesn't really sound like anything to me, but it's perfect for the ending of the part. shouldn't sound like anything because it's got to get into a very definitive riff coming in afterwards, right? So the harmony guitar is just played a third down. You're starting on the flat 3. And you're hitting that C sharp. Now here you're just resolving. You're actually going, 4 to flat 3. And all the same motions, just down a third, okay? Now actually the harmony sounds more melodic at the ending there, so maybe, maybe that's how it works out. That the harmony guitar fills out what the lead can't fill out, and it comes together in a perfect, I don't want to use the word harmony, but I'm going to use the word harmony. Perfect harmony.